It is 39 degrees Celsius outside. You're idling in traffic, and your air conditioning vent is blasting 45-degree heat straight into your face. If you've ever experienced this, you know exactly how miserable it is. To find out why, we hooked up our manifold gauges, and the pressures told the whole story. We were looking at about 80 psi on the low side and only 160 psi on the high side. For a system running in 39-degree ambient heat, this pressure differential is way too narrow. The high side is too low, and the low side is practically equalizing. In the old days, you might look at this and condemn the compressor entirely. But this vehicle uses a variable displacement compressor. It doesn't have a traditional magnetic clutch that just clicks on and off. Instead, it runs continuously, and its internal swash plate changes angles to pump more or less refrigerant based on demand. Right now, our swash plate is stuck at minimum displacement. It's de-stroked, meaning it's not pumping, and the part commanding it to stay that way is the ECV. This is the electronic control valve, or ECV. It sits directly in the compressor. The climate control module sends a PWM or pulse width modulated signal to this valve, which opens and closes to regulate internal compressor casing pressure. When it fails mechanically or gets clogged with debris, the compressor defaults to zero displacement. Proper diagnostics save you time, and more importantly, they save your customers money. Don't let a faulty sensor or valve trick you into replacing heavy hardware. Always check your pressures, understand the electrical network behind the mechanical parts, and trust your diagnostic process. If this case study helped you out, or if you just love seeing the science behind automotive engineering, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Automobile Tech 2027 so you don't miss our next deep dive into vehicle diagnostics. Drop a comment below if you've ever been burned by a bad ECV. Look at that heat exchange. By simply replacing the electronic control valve, communication to the compressor was restored. The swash plate angled up, the pressure differential returned to normal, and the evaporator core is now doing exactly what it was engineered to do. We achieved a perfect fix without having to replace an expensive compressor. Now for the moment of truth. We're doing the ultimate stress test. The vehicle is sitting at a dead idle, no airflow over the condenser from driving. The dash confirms we are still fighting that brutal 39-degree ambient heat. Let's look at our vent thermometer. We have plummeted from 45.5 degrees all the way down to a freezing 3.8 degrees Celsius.